It's time for the All Out Show Remix. On Remix shows, you'll hear memorable guests, crazy topics, game shows, celebrity interviews, and you might even catch a hilarious segment you missed. Keep it here and stay tuned.
All right, y'all. I usually don't cut off songs, but remember last week we were talking about the girl that drank dog pee? Well, we found her. She's in prison, and we got her on the line. And I don't know how the connection's going to be. Hello?
Hello?
What's your name?
I'm Lynn Lou.
You're Lynn Lou?
Mm-hmm.
And you are locked up. What did they lock you up for?
I'm just locked up for making some public videos. I was masturbating in public, and that's what I went to jail for.
So they got you for masturbating in public. You came on our radar because you drink dog urine.
Yes, I've been doing that for like 2.5 years now.
Now, what made you want to start drinking dog urine?
Well, before I started to drink my dog's pee, I felt like I wanted to kill myself. And one day, God told me to drink my dog's pee.
When did God tell you in a dream, or?
He just told me in my head. I heard him say it.
What was he like? This is God. Drink dog piss.
Well, he just told me to drink my dog's pee if I don't want to feel depressed anymore. It gives me something to look forward to in the morning. It makes me want to wake up and take my dog for a walk.
So you take your dog for a walk, and then I imagine you have a cup. Is there a specific cup that you use, or?
I just use the little clear plastic cups. I don't know if you watched the video, but
I saw.
He knows what to do.
Yeah, it was like a clear plastic cup. He pees, and then you drink the pee while it's still warm.
Yep.
What is it?
If my dog doesn't give me enough pee, I just use my neighbor's dog. They don't really know about it, but
your neighbor doesn't know that. Your neighbor doesn't know that you drink the neighbor's pee.
No, they don't know, but I don't think that they would care.
What kind of dog is it?
Is my neighbor's dog?
Yeah.
It depends. I have a couple different neighbors, so they have a husky, and they have a German Shepherd, and they have a little Yorkie, but I prefer the husky.
You like the husky, and you have a Shibu, right?
I have a Pomsky.
Okay. What does dog pee taste like?
It tastes okay. When you first taste it, it doesn't taste that good, but it grows on you. I like it now. I can drink it really easy. I can drink a whole cup pretty quickly. But at first, it doesn't taste that good, but the benefits overweigh how it tastes. For it to clear your acne, it has vitamins in it. It prevents and cures cancer. I would say that's worth it.
Where did you hear that it prevented cancer, that dog urine prevented cancer?
Harvard did a study.
Harvard did a study that dog pee cured cancer? Can you look that up for me?
Yeah, they did.
Now, were you sleeping with this dog of yours too?
I don't really want to say sleeping with my dog, but
having
I have
sex
with my dog, yeah.
It seems like it has a very small penis.
Not really. That's not the only dog I've had sex with, so.
When did you start having sex with dogs?
I've been doing that for about 4 years now.
And how old are you?
I'm 21.
Okay, so you started when you're 17. It's legal in your state to fuck a dog.
That's correct. My dog is very happy.
How did you coax him into fucking you the first time? How did you train him
I didn't have to trick him or anything. He just wanted to do it. He was humping his pillow one day, and I decided that I could be his release instead of the pillow.
Okay, so then what'd you do?
I just got down on all fours, and he knew what to do from there.
You got down on all fours, and he mounted you? And what kind of dog was this?
Yeah.
That little dog?
No, that was my first dog I had. He was a boxer mix.
So it was a boxer. Were you able to orgasm?
Oh yeah, every time.
You orgasm every time you have sex with the dog?
Every time.
Wow. Does he come in you?
Of course, he has no choice. I force him to.
You force him to come in you? Does your boyfriend, you have a boyfriend, how does he feel about this?
I'm not with anybody
You're not,
right now.
oh, you don't have it's just you and your dogs. Do you think that?
Pretty much. I'm pretty happy with it like that. And I don't know if you've noticed, but with the dog pee, it's sad that a lot of people don't know about this. And honestly, it ties back to the pharmaceutical companies, you know? They make money off you versus you doing the natural thing.
There's companies that sell dog pee, you're saying?
No, I'm saying that the pharmaceutical companies want to sell you their treatments for cancer versus you doing the natural thing when you could just take your natural preventative measures.
That's interesting.
I don't know if you noticed, but it's really only doctors that are coming after me. And doctors want to make money. So, of course, they're going to discredit me. So are you going to listen to the girl who's just trying to help, or the doctors who want to make money off their cancer treatment?
How Man's Best Friend Could Help Cure Cancer. Cancerresearch.org blog, January. Huh. Did you feel any cancer coming on?
No, I just didn't want cancer, you know. You don't want to get cancer.
You're a good-looking girl. I'm looking at you right here. And you know, you have no interest in any human dick.
Oh, no, I like humans, too.
Does it bum guys out to know that you fuck dogs as well, or are they into that?
A lot of guys are into it. The guys that I have been with are into it.
How many times a day do you sleep with dogs?
A day?
Yeah, or do you do it daily, or is it?
Sometimes it's daily. It really just depends when he wants it. You know, I just try to provide for him.
Do you have a favorite dog lover? You said you have a couple different dogs.
Well, I really like huskies, and I really like Yorkies as well.
What do you like about the husky?
Well, the huskies are just really big, and the Yorkies have really good tongue.
The Yorkies have what? I couldn't hear you.
They're really good with their tongue.
The Yorkies eat pussy better than the huskies?
Yeah, oral is amazing. Actually, I put together the top 5 reasons you should have sex with your dog. I didn't know if you guys wanted to hear that or not.
Tell me your top 5 reasons why you should have sex with a dog.
Okay, so reason number 1 is you can't get pregnant.
Okay, that's a good reason.
Reason number 2, you cannot get an STD unless you're allergic to dogs, and that's the only way that it could kind of hurt you.
Okay.
Reason number 3, your dog won't cheat on you.
Unless it finds another dog.
Not being loyal.
You wouldn't. Why wouldn't you let your dog go fuck another girl?
My dog's very loyal to me.
So you are worried about your dog cheating?
No, I'm not worried about my dog cheating.
I'm just saying, it seems kind of odd. You can go fuck other dudes, but your dog can't get any new pussy. I'm just saying.
He doesn't want any other pussy.
We don't know that.
He doesn't.
Okay. How big is a husky's dick?
Oh, he's about 8.5 inches.
Do they ever get stuck? Like when dogs get stuck, do they ever swell up in you?
About 15 to 30 minutes, and then the swelling will go down.
So he'll fuck you, get stuck, and then you're just stuck there with him for 15 to 30 minutes.
Yeah, it's really a moment that brings you and your dog closer, you know?
What do you say to the people that are like, hey, she's a fucking lunatic. She keeps fucking dogs.
What do I say to them?
Yeah.
I don't really care what anyone thinks of me. I'm going to do me. Honestly, the orgasms are worth it.
The orgasms are Are orgasms with dogs better than orgasms with humans?
What?
Do you prefer dog orgasms to human orgasms?
I would say about 60% of the time. I still like humans, but I do kind of prefer dogs.
Do they smell?
No, my dog doesn't smell. I bathe my dog.
Do you fillet your dog?
Do I what?
Do you suck your dog's penis?
Oh, of course. I have to give back to him. He does it to me.
What does dog dick taste like?
It tastes like any other dick.
So dog dick just tastes like human dick, but on the dog?
Pretty much the same thing. I mean, it pretty much feels the same way. If you take away the nodding part, it's pretty much the same thing.
Now, dog semen, I imagine you've tasted that before?
Yeah, that has a little bit of a different taste. It tastes more like an iron taste to it.
Okay. Like pennies or like blood almost, like how period blood has like an irony taste to it. I'm trying to.
I guess it has an iron taste to it. Yeah, it doesn't taste like human cum.
Okay. People want to talk to you. Would you like to talk to anybody?
Yeah, I can talk to people.
All right. We might lose, just in case she's in jail right now. When are you getting out of jail?
I'm not sure right now, but it's looking like December.
December? Well, if you ever get out to Los Angeles, we'd love to have you come on and talk to you face to face. Jarrell in Washington, D.C. Go ahead, Jarrell.
Hey, what's up, dude? I just want to ask, have you had a psychological evaluation since being incarcerated? And are you currently having sexual partners while in jail? And do you let them know that you slept with a dog?
No, I've never been hospitalized or anything before. I don't have any mental problems. And I'm not sleeping with anybody in jail right now. I honestly am waiting to get home to my dog.
You have no interest in lesbian sex?
I do, but I just miss my dog right now. That's not on my mind.
You're in love with your dog?
I am. In a way, I am.
Does it bother you that dogs die early? Is that gonna be very painful for you when your lover dies?
Well, I'm sure it'll be very painful. I've never had to go through that, so I'm sure it'll be very painful.
Do you have a dog that you would really like to sleep with? Are there any dogs on your on your dog fuck list?
Well, I still want to have sex with a Great Pyrenees. That's on my
great.
fuck list, I guess.
What is it? You broke up a Great Pyrenees?
A Great Pyrenees, yes.
Pull that up. I want to see what a Great Pyrenees looks like. Do all dogs fuck the same? They seem like they just. So you like the fluffy
they're all
dogs?
different. Everything's different.
Every dog's different?
You have 1 minute left.
Okay, it sounds like...
I'll actually call you guys back. I only have a minute left.
All right, well, it was really a pleasure talking with you. There's so many people that want to speak to you. Perhaps we can arrange another time where you can call up and answer questions, okay?
That would be awesome. I would love that.
And you are more than welcome to come out here to Los Angeles and fuck dogs in front of us.
Well,
All right, thank you for having me.
I want to watch you. I don't give a fuck what you say.
Much like Wisconsin, that's against...
The caller has hung up.
I'm jerking off to that shit. I don't give a fuck.
It's a misdemeanor, by the way.
Whatever, it's like a speeding ticket.
We can't do that. That would be intense.
I'll take her to my house. She can fuck a dog. I'll tape it.
Oh. No, that's not true. This is not real.
I'm incredibly turned on by her.
Oh, my... No.
She's so nasty, dude.
She's disgusting.
I know. It's so... There's something so disgusting about her that just turns me on. She just doesn't give a fuck. She just wants to fuck a dog.
She's facing 9 months over the public pornographic stuff. 9 months.
That sucks, dude. Phone lines blew up for her. God. Who? Nice get, John.
I didn't think that was going to work out.
Let's
From jail.
Round of applause.
Thank you.
Round of applause. John fucking got the dog fucker from fucking jail. That was awesome. All right, we're gonna play some music and come back. I'd fly her out just to watch her fuck a dog. I swear to God.
I think you're serious. I really
I am serious.
I believe this.
I am serious.
So wrong.
It's disgusting. It's just so grimy.
Ugh.
John, you never notice I'm a disgusting person? I'm fucking disgusting. I would love to see that.
Oh, no.
That's like next level degradation.
This is incredible.
That was amazing. Good get. I think I got a new girlfriend. Hey, I looked it up, and there is like shit about how and cancerresearch.org. The fucking DNA.
Wait, so you're backing up her cancer claim if she drinks dog urine?
I'm less into her drinking dog pee, more into her getting smashed by dogs. But yeah, there's like literally a fucking whole article about it. And there's a PhD behind it. If you had cancer, would you drink? And they were like, the only way you can cure it is drinking dog piss, would you?
Yeah, I wouldn't say no to that. I'd try it out.
I'll just make some tea out of it or some shit. Chamomile dog piss tea or some shit. All right, play some music.
You're listening to the All Out Show with you.
All right, Shay 45, what up, though? How y'all doing out there? We're doing a little sample session again. I'm going with, I'm going to play a little bit off of one of my favorite albums of all time. This is a solo record from Funkadelic's guitarist, Eddie Hazel. He wasn't with him the whole time. He was with him early on. And this fucking album is the shit. Games, dames, and guitar things. Here, I'll play you a little bit of the song that was sampled. It's called Frantic Moments. He played on Maggot Brain. Rolling Stones has him listed as the 83rd best guitar player ever. I don't know if that's accurate or not, but, you know.
Trying to be strong. I should have given in to you. It was a real thing to do.
He died pretty young. He died at 42.
Where do I get
Out of Brooklyn, New York.
I could go on. You should have given up on me. Now I see how blind you be.
That's what was sampled right there.
Where did I go right?
Oh well, shit! I fucking just cut it off. All right, you got the picture. You got the picture. All right, so Gangstar sampled this, and off of their Daily Operation album, and it was here's a little ditty about smoking weed. It's called Take Two and Pass. It's called Take Two and Pass so the blunt will last there, champ. Fucking, you gotta give it to Premier. He's got just a fucking great ear. He just knows how to loop them. Here's what Primo did with it. So he just looped it a little quicker and then dropped the harder bass.
Take two and pass, take two and pass, take two and pass so the blunt will last, Take two and pass so we can all get blunted. Don't smoke cigarettes so my growth ain't stunted. We got at least 5 hits, and I roll the white out. It's the break of dawn and we're awake like night owls. Phillies are cool, but they burn much quicker.
Yeah, just pass that blunt, nigga.
We lounge to the sounds as we leave from uptown. It's time to go downtown and make some more rounds. The city never sleeps, it's what Sinatra sang. For the fat blunt, you know I got this thing. So hand it over cause I wanna get charged. I'm in love with Mary Jane, she keeps me large. So don't hog it, let's keep it moving real fast. And everybody just chill and take like 2 pulls and pass. You better take two and pass, take two and pass, take two and pass so the blunt will last. Take two and pass, take two and pass, take two and pass so the blunt will last. The club is crowded, everyone's up in here. Yo, Premier, yeah, what's up, man? What's that you got there? It looks like a nice plump blunt in your hand. I just know you're gonna share it with me cause I'm your man, so bust it. I got one too, and if you spark up yours, I'll light up mine when it's through. Oh shit, there goes my man, the Fat Mac. We used to get blazed, I know we got a fat sack. So let's go upstairs, grab a chair and unwind and let the la-la enhance our minds. The system's booming, let the bass increase. I find a seat so I can peep the sheet. Ladies and maybe get my homie some ass. So all you gotta do is take like 2 pulls and pass. Even in the morning like the flavor of juice. A blunt adds spice and a blunt can spruce up your day. But I'm not advertising, just telling of an aspect, a part of our lives. And around the way there ain't no shame in our game, cause the fame is no thing, we get together and hang. And since you know that I got dash in class, then I'm after you, so take like 2 pulls and pass.
All right, I'm gonna play you another little Eddie Hazel fucking sample. Now, this one is kind of interesting. This is actually off of the Funkadelic shit. Here, let me hit pause on this shit so we don't keep going. There it is. This is off of Standing on the Verge of Getting It On. Funkadelic. Eddie Hazel on this shit too. It says here he actually co-wrote all of these songs. Shit dropped in 74. Funkadelic had that perfect little mix of funk and rock, and it was just what a unique sound. And soul, you know. I'm gonna play you two songs that sample this.
But that's alright, mother says, son.
I'm gonna play the most obvious one first, and then this was the monster hit for Crucial Conflict, Chicago rap group. It's from the 90s. It's called Hay, smoking on hay in the middle of the barn. Hay's weed. Here it is. Little Crucial Conflict. See what they did with this sample. Hear that? Hear that? Right there.
Bone.
When I was low on the street, mean, hey, y'all got myself. Wild style, laugh and laugh. With my homies down my side. If some jump off, let it ride. On my square when time is live. Everybody go it up. Go to the bar and get some high. When I get my choke on, you know I'm smoking on.
Hey now, hey, we smoking on hay in the middle of the ball, and I'm lit up, can't get up, my eyes are red, and my head is spinning. Took another pool, red boogie, goofies can't stop grinning. Got a pocket full of hoes playing in my brain, and we about to get it. I'm over yonder, it's the bomb with the posse, yeah, and everything funny. Gotta pause, some nigga tryna blow my high, smoking all that hay with no money. Now Julie, this bitch wanna do me, so I hit the 151 Bacardi. She high in the sun, thick like cornbread, and I'm ready to party. That head got me so goddamn horny, but I really don't like that trash. The only reason I'm popping that coochie cause I whole had a book of food stamps. And I got the munchies, I need some food. Collard greens or pinto beans. If you smoke K like the company, dude, you know what the hell I mean. Smoking on. Rolling down the block, I pull the flies, and the flies start to rise up out that dope crack. My niggas in the barn, smoking on that haystack. Back up on the sink for smoking, nurse and creep up on the wall, and all I heard was a butter man to drop the needle in the hay with the funky dime. Word, couldn't be myself, couldn't smoke with nobody else. If I didn't pass it to the left, nigga would've lost my breath, open up the window for a falling flame, but I can't cause I run around in that barn. Running up them booty hoops, smoking skin roll on that west side. Nigga, come on in, I got some hate. Once you close that barn door, nigga, what you let them flies out for? Ain't nobody too rich, we poor. Letting all the contacts smoke about the barn. The flies keep us choking. Thank you, Jesus Christ, for all the hate you giving us, cause we'll keep on smoking. Hey, in the middle of the barn, smoking on. Hey, in the middle of the barn, smoking on. Hey, in the middle of the barn, smoking on. Hey, in the middle of the barn, smoking on. Hey, in the middle of the barn, smoking on. Hey, in the middle of the barn, smoking on.
That was a Crucial Conflict, Hey in the Middle of the Barn, Eddie Hazel samples. He died early liver failure, they said, and he was out of the band. He got put out of the band on an accident. I guess he got in a fight with a stewardess on an airplane. Had to go to jail. He had some drugs on him. Here's a less popular sample, but for the hip-hop heads, you will recognize this. This was off of one of the few 5-mic albums that The Source gave out, De La Soul is Dead. Here's a little ditty about child molestation. It's called Millie Pulled a Pistol on Santa.
If you will suck my soul, I will lick your funky emotions.
That's another funkadelic one right there.
This is the styling for a title that sounds silly, but nothing silly but the trifling times of Millie. Millie, a Brooklyn queen, originally from Philly, complete with an accent that made us sound hillbilly. Around this time, the slamming drunk with smoke is chillin', but even cooler was my social worker Dylan. Yeah, I had a social worker cause I had some trouble. Anyone who good for me, I popped their dome like bubbles. He'd bring me to his crib to watch my favorite races. That's how his daughter Millie became one of my favorite faces. She had the curves that make you wanna take chances. I mean, her man, I love to make advances. I guess the father must have got the same feeling. I mean, actually finding his own daughter Millie appealing. At the time, no one knew, but it was a shame that Millie became a victim of the touchy game.
Yo, Millie, what's the problem? Lately you've been bugging. On your dookie earring, someone must be tugging. You were a dancer who could always be found clubbing. Now you're worried now with the frown you're lugging. Come to think your face would stink when Dill's around you. He's your father, what then happened? Did he ground you? You shouldn't flip on him cause Dill is really cool. Matter of fact, the coolest fella in the school. He hooked up a trick to bring us all the Lacey's. He volunteered to play on Santa Claus and Macy's. Child, you got the best pops anyone could have. Dylan's cool, super hip, you should be glad.
Yeah, it seemed that Santa's ways was parallel with Dylan. But when Millie and him got home, he was more of a villain. While she slept and he crept inside her bedroom, and he would toss her, then would force her to give him headroom. Millie tried real hard to let this hell not happen, but when she fussed, he would just commence to slap.
Yo, Dylan, man, Millie's been out of school for a week, man. What's the deal?
I guess he was giving Millie Bruce's time to heal. Of course, he told her she was sick, and we believed him. And at the department store in Santa, we would see him. And as he smiled, his own child was at home plotting. I walked the face of this, he was gonna knock him. When I got home, I found she had tried to call me. My machine had kicked to her, hey, how you doing?
Sorry.
I tried to call her, honey, but her line was busy. I guess I had the Macy's and bug out on Dylan.
I received a call from Mrs. Sick herself. I asked her how was she recovering her health. She said that what she had to ask would make it seem minute. She wanted to talk serious, I said go ahead, shoot. She claimed I hit the combo dead upon the missile. Wanted to know if I could get a loaded pistol. That ain't a problem, but why would Millie need one? She said she wanted a pop dealing a he'd one. Ran some style about him, pushing on the privates. Look, honey, I don't care if you keep faucet. There's no way that you could prove to me that deals flip. He might be the butt, but your jeans he wouldn't rip. You're just mad, he's your overseer at school. No need to play him out like he's someone cruel. She kicked that she would go get it from somewhere else. Yeah, whatever you say, go for yourself. Do that. Do that. Do that. Do that. Do that. Do that.
Do that. Macy's department store, the scene for Santa's kisses, and all the little brats demanding all their wishes. Time passes by as I wait for my younger brother. He asks his wish, I waste no time to return him back to mother. As I'm jetting, Millie floats in like a zombie. I ask her what's her problem, all she says is where is he? I give her point, she pulls a pistol, people screaming. She shouts the deal, he's off the hell cause he's a demon. None of the kids could understand what was the cause. All they could see was a girl holding a pistol on claws. Dylan pleaded mercy, said he didn't mean to do all the things that hurt my foot, do nothing but cling to. Millie bucked him, and with the quickness, it was over.
That was Millie pulled a pistol on Santa Claus right there. Or on Santa. Another fucking Eddie Hazel Funkadelic little sample. That was a sample session featuring Eddie Hazel of Funkadelic. R.I.P. to Eddie Hazel. He's no longer with us, but a hell of a guitarist, great songwriter. And if I think a good introduction to him is his solo album. And if you can't find that solo album, check out the Maggot Brain, which is another dope Funkadelic album. There it is. This has been another sample session. All right, man. Shade 4-5, let's go.
You're listening to the All Out Show with you.
Shade 4-5. I got the fucking legend, CeeLo Green.
Yo, I'll take that.
How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. Good to see you. You're a legend yourself.
Good to see you too. I got a story for you.
What's going on? Tell me about it.
So, 20-something years ago, I got a girl pregnant, and I had we went to different high schools, and I rolled over to the high school where everyone's school was getting out, and cell therapy just hit.
What?
And every fucking car had that shit banging in the parking lot.
Where you from originally?
Pontiac.
Nice.
So I run up on my now baby mama, just because I didn't know if she was trying to get some money out of me for an abortion or what. You know what it was? So I run up on her while cell therapy's playing and fucking grab her stomach, and sure enough, it's hard than a motherfucker. And I'm like, oh, yeah, she's pregnant.
It was real.
Yeah, it was real.
Yeah.
Now every time I hear cell therapy, I think of that shit. Every fucking time.
That's bittersweet.
Well, you know, I got a 21-year-old. It's fucking. I don't know if it's fair for me to start the interview telling you that, but I just needed you to know.
You're starting off with total and complete transparency. I can dig it.
Yeah, it was what was that like? What was that like being part of just? I would say Dungeon Family, Organized Noise, LaFace Records is responsible for the South Sound in a lot of ways. What was that like in the beginnings for you?
It was kind of surreal in one regard, but then it was just a second nature in another regard, because we had all been such a community, and I mean Atlanta in general. I mean, like, Atlanta is what we like to call a little big city.
Yeah.
So the musical community, we were all kind of familiar, with each other, and everybody was kind of networking in one way or another. So, and then also just more exclusively with the Dungeon family, like we had, a lot of us had grown up as kids together, so it was just kind of really, really natural, really, really, really organic, to assume ourselves and as rightful owners, or at least the statesman for Southern hip hop, because we felt like we were more or less, speaking of Goody Mob, we felt like we were more or less activists, more so than artists.
Well, it's funny listening to your album. I was prepping for it last night, so I was listening to Soul Food, and Soul Food is to me, it's an album where it's similar to what Pac did, where it was like, it wasn't gangster rap, but gangsters listened to it because it spoke about what was going on in your community and in your neighborhood.
Right.
And it was quite conscious.
Well, yeah, I think there's a lineage there. There's a connection there between gangster and government. I mean, I think and consciousness.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's been argued on occasion that sometimes the criminal element, what I'm saying, of critical thinking of criminal is just more or less the artist without the outlet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's why people, that's why we celebrate criminals in the way that we do. You know what I mean? Like, they're almost like, it's almost like Artful Dodger. If you will.
It's self-made. It's
Yeah,
go
you know what I'm saying?
get it. It's go get that
no
shit.
doubt. So we can relate to that story, that against the odds, above the law, outside of the law. We can do that. And with art and with music, you kind of pretty much have a license to do that too, within the jurisdiction of those confines of of music and art and the industry.
We just had Daz on, and like, I can attest to this a lot of myself. Like, so much art is funded by fucking dope. Like, let's be real. Like, so much art was like, if it wasn't for fucking gangsters and drugs and shit like that, even going back to Sinatra, like,
yeah, exactly.
it was funded by vice. Like, they go hand in hand.
They do.
It's a crazy marriage. So let me you guys.
A lot of people liked our message because it was reformed. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could tell that we were young, but we were in the field and we were experienced, and you know what I mean? Like, a lot of the knowledge or the everything was kind of in that moment. A lot of us were still living it. We were still straddling that fence. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, even the fucking, correct me if I'm wrong, you guys were recording like in a basement with mud walls and shit. Is that right? Or
yeah, no, it's true. The original Dungeon, it was a crawl space in Rico Wade's basement, of his home. Like, in about 13 or 14 of us were there, including his two sisters and a mother, and we kept music going 24 hours a day. Dudes walking in and out, smoking, talking loud, rapping. It's crazy.
So is that Cell Therapy, Soul Food, Southern Playalistic, all of that, Parental Advisory, was that all out of there?
All out of there.
Do you feel that leaving that space, the music suffered because you left the sometimes when you get to a bigger room, it changes things?
Yeah, it does. It does. Because there's something really, really innocent and unassuming about just being, brothered up or being obligated. You know what I'm saying? You don't really entertain the option. You know what I'm saying? Like, or the outside world. It's basically like a bomb shelter from a war going on. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we took it. So we took up arms, and we were connected with a certain kind of camaraderie. You know what I'm saying? So, that's what it was. I mean, music was secondary to survival. So we were writing songs about surviving and about the opposition and why things were the way that they were. And so, like, more and more, as you kind of become enlightened and, you just begin to kind of consider and be more considerate and try to factor more things into it so you could sort yourself out.
It's kind of funny too, because like when you really listen to it, like it's the message is jarring, and now you are literally fucking you crossed that bridge, and you are now successfully working within the system that you were talking about. Like you are on the fucking the Voice. You had Crazy was a fucking crossover success that did. What was that like going from the fucking mud basement and now you're fucking in it? What was that like for you?
Man, you could take an artist out of the mud basement, but you can't take a mud basement out of the artist.
Yes. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Those humble beginnings hurt too much. I'm scarred with those. I got war wounds from where we come from. I could never forget. And we lost a great deal in the process. We lost a lot in the fire too.
Tell me, what do you mean?
Family, people who had futures, people who brought us together, key people like King Bean, for example. We did a break and dedicated the album to Bean, a good friend of all of ours who kind of brought everybody together. And he was just kind of like this lightning rod and this really great spirit and personality.
And what happened to him?
I think, I'm not really sure. You know what I mean? I know that they were playing basketball, and he just kind of collapsed on the court, and just died, And it was really really surreal. But now that to mention that in retrospect, it even sounds special in its own right. So he was a special person, and he had a special transition in the way that it kind of happened. You know what I mean? Like, we were saddened because we were perplexed. He's such a good guy. You know what I'm saying?
Let's talk about.
Any of us could have died first, and it would have made sense. You know what I'm saying?
It could have been anybody.
Yeah.
And it just happened to been him.
Well,
and then what was that like? Tell me about Crazy, because that was like, and you know what the funny thing is? I was gonna bust your balls because I was like, you need to rap more, but then because you're hands down, you're one of the best rappers ever.
I'll take that.
Goodie Bag, is that all freestyle?
It's all freestyle. But we had a lot of practice. That's all we did was freestyle. Remember, this is like, this is 94, 95, and on up from that point.
Who did you look at as your competition, or was it friendly competition?
To be totally honest, I didn't look at anybody as competition. Like, it was pretty clear who our flagships were. You know what I mean? Like,
who did what?
At the time, as far as Goody Mob is concerned, Cujo Goody, came up with the name Goody Mob. So, he was our leader. You know what I'm saying? Like, essentially.
Yeah.
And of course, his reputation streetwise was also reputable. You know what I'm saying? And certified. Right. So, we had no problems with taking his lead about this, that, or the third. And his whole style, it wasn't Southern. Sometimes now you can listen to Southern hip-hop and you can say, okay, those guys are from the South, just by the articulation or the drawl itself. But back then it was about, bringing to the table a new style. So, like Tretch or like Das Effects, and,
right.
The way Cujo rhymed back in those, like he did so many really quotable and unique things.
His
like,
rhyme patterns were crazy.
He, like, let's say if he had a 40 ounce of Old English, he would take the bottle out and he would write a rhyme on the paper bag, and then get in front of the mic, with the paper bag and do his verse off a bag. Or one time he wrote verses on a roll of toilet tissue and just lyrics all the way down. And I mean, like, just really, I wish we could have saved that stuff. I wish it would have meant as much as it means now. Then, we could have put that in a glass.
That could be in a museum.
Yeah,
that could be in a fucking museum.
So we thought we thought he had that insane genius. You know what I'm saying? That pretty much all artists kind of want. Man, like, I was more or less sobered by my situation because, again, like, I wasn't so completely involved at the time. I'm like, I'm leaving here, and then maybe I'm leaving the studio, and maybe I'm robbing somebody or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
No
you
shit.
Feel me? So, I rap recreationally, and that's kind of my nonchalance for rap music or my own particular.
Yeah, you're not on every track of soul food.
Yes.
Like,
So, but there's pain. There's always pain in what I do, and I find more of a cathartic means of embracing or expressing it through song, through melody, through harmony, and those things. And when you look at rap music, it's not just what we're talking about. It's just not about the lingo or the culture. It's the cadence itself. So the cadence is confining to just rap. You know what I mean? Like, you feel me? And I'm more of a free bird. I'm more of a virtuoso. You know what I mean? Like, if you will.
Yeah, you're doing spoken word on that. You were harmonizing.
Yeah, I'll try. I'll do just about anything. So like, I need more space. So I feel like with harmony and melody, you can bend and stretch and turn, and you can make more out of it. You know what I'm saying? Then not only rap, the cadence itself or the particular culture and audience will allow you to do. So I wanted to do more, and that's how Crazy and all of those kind of things came about, because I just kind of really defied those laws of physics.
And then boom, now you're fucking now you're getting played at karaoke.
Right, but I wasn't necessarily trying to be.
It just happened that way.
Yeah.
What was it like working with Babyface? How close was Babyface to what y'all did in L.A. Reid and all that shit?
L.A. was more hands-on than Babyface ever was.
Yeah.
But I since then have been able to call Babyface on the phone and talk, and we're cool. But I do have a funny story about when we first met him. Our debut album was named Soul Food.
Yeah.
Yab Yum, his production company shared with his wife. They put out a movie called Soul Food.
Yeah, I remember.
A lot of the guys were a little kind of, we felt the kind of way about that. I didn't. I thought it was an honor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And, but, we weren't a part of the soundtrack. We weren't a part of it in any kind of way. And so, guys felt a certain way about that.
Like, how we going to be called Soul Food and I'm not even on the fucking
we on
soundtrack.
y'all label. You know what I'm saying? Right? So with that, he was confronted about it, and somebody asked him, not combatively or just asked, and he said the funniest shit. I didn't know you guys' name. I didn't know y'all name y'all album Soul Food.
You're like, damn it, I'm on your label.
Yeah, it's a coincidence, but that made sense. He was never in the office. Like, L.A. was the business head and the brain.
And then Organized Noise was in charge of the music.
Yeah.
How I not as much on Goody Mob, but on Outkast, I hear a lot of funkadelic. I feel like a lot of I hear a lot of funkadelic influence. What was some of the influence for Goody Mob?
Man, we've got a chance to. I think even Bernie Worrell even played on some stuff. I mean, of course, you got George Clinton. He came in and he did synthesizer with Outkast on ATLians. We sat and talked with the Godfather many a times, and he himself had christened us as the young, new, Parliament.
You guys are the next thing,
yeah. You know what I mean. So he gave us that. So a lot of the costuming came out of that. You know what I mean? Like, he gave us a license to just kind of, have carte blanche and do what we wanted to do.
Who do you think was the most underrated rapper out of your crew? I always argue that Big Boy always got slept on. Like,
I would say that more famously Big Boy. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of good guys. Backbone, Witch Doctor, Cool Breeze.
Cool Breeze's album was a fucking classic.
Yeah,
I was like,
dope.
That's
dope.
I got people like
I got people who.
Yeah, like. I got people, and was that Creatine? I don't remember.
Creatine, that's right.
Yeah, like that fucking whole album was bananas, and I was like,
dope. And Cool Breeze, ladies and gentlemen, he coined the phrase "Dirty South," so that's him.
No shit.
Yeah, he's an OG.
Let me ask you about this one. Let me ask you. We hit so hard on the motherfucking on Soul Food, which is if you don't have Soul Food, you don't have all of hip hop. Like, this is like, it is a must have album if you say you like rap music.
No doubt.
And we were talking about some of the beginning songs. You guys come out the fucking gate. You guys come out the fucking. What was the first? Was it
Free?
Free. And then, but then it goes in. Does it go into thought process?
Yep.
Like here, like, come on, man. Now, were you this shit right here? Dre's on this one too, right?
Yeah.
It's a tone setter right here. This is kind of like, hey, this is what you're gonna get.
This is it.
Did you make these songs in order?
No, but I did. I did more or less unofficially A&R and do sequencing and things of that nature. You know what I mean? Like, of course, Organized Noise, man the boards, but they would allow me, who had a natural knack for these things, to kind of take those little liberties in doing so, and especially after they gave me the shot at it, it made sense. You know what I'm saying?
Were you on Crumbling Herb?
No, I wasn't.
What was the one?
I was
Hootie Who?
I was on Get Up, Get Out, and Call It a While.
Get Up, Get Out.
Yep.
What was that like?
Get Up, Get Out is a cool story. We were talking about it yesterday. We had a moment of where I was working a job, and Players Ball was playing on the radio,
which was originally a Christmas song,
it was a Christmas
right?
song. It came off of the Face Christmas album, and it was around Christmas time, so I was in no position to really quit the job that day, but I did. We, me and my cousin, we were working together at Delta, at Hartsfield Airport in Atlanta.
What were you doing at Delta, like bags and shit?
Planes, yep. At the airport, we had a temporary job at UPS, so we were loading boxes and stuff like that. But Players Ball came on, and we heard it, and we looked at each other like it was like a movie, and we walked off the job. I walked right out, went right to the studio, and I'm gonna play. This is it, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay, so this was a song of mine that I had.
Cause this is you right here.
Yeah.
Trying to get high.
So I don't know if you hear these drums. And before any music was on, it's just a beat. That's all. When I walked into the studio, that's all that was playing.
Ever graduating it all?
Sometimes I feel I'm just a disappointment to y'all. Every day I just lay around.
See, to do this verse, it was just so normal. I was living it at the moment. I didn't really think much about it. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know if it was good or great or anything. What we were doing, it didn't sound like anything. So there was no other comparable, you know what I'm saying, to what Organized Noise, their sound, their aesthetic.
You didn't know the rules to break. You just was doing it.
Just was doing it. And, we were talking about it, the naivety, about it, how this song was like, what, 7 minutes and something change?
Yeah, who does the 7-minute song?
That's what I'm saying. So,
that was like the 70s. That's like Frankie Beverly and Mace.
Absolutely. We had no idea that was wrong.
This was one of those Outkast and Goody Mob. Like I was saying, like, there were certain factions. Like, you had cats that would listen to only, like, East Coast rap in my neighborhood, and you would have only cats only listening to Dayton Family, right, or some shit like that. Yeah. And Goody and Outkast, everybody listened to them. Like, and I think it was the creativity in your music and the honesty in your flow.
Right.
Like, you had the song talking about your relationship with your mom, and where I'm from, it was just single mother. It was a single mother neighborhood. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
What was that like? What's your relationship like with your mom now? Is she proud of you? Is it like?
Well, I'll tell you another bittersweet story about soul food. And around that time, my mother, I was living with my grandma, and my mother was paralyzed in an accident. And she was quadriplegic, for about 3 years before she passed due to complications.
Yeah.
So my mother passed a few weeks before the release of Soul Food, and we were able to make the press just in time so I can dedicate the album to my mom.
Was that heartbreaking?
No.
Not for her to not be able to hear.
She heard it.
She did.
She heard it. And I'm glad that, because my sister actually went and got her license or what do you call it? You know, when she became a registered nurse.
Yeah.
And my grandmother had been a registered nurse for years, and my mother was brought home. We used to have her at a care center called Shepherd Spinal Clinic in Atlanta, and we'd have to ride with her there to kind of, you know, to see her, and then she was there in rehabilitation. So when we brought her home, I mean, like, you know, she was more than, you know, taken care of, and everybody was qualified to see about her family style around the clock. You
Make
know?
sure she's good.
Yeah, you know. So my sister told me of one time where she asked to hear the whole album. Just play it for me. You know. And
what was her reaction to the song about?
I think it was peace. I think she made peace. My sister was just about to get married. You know, having her first daughter, and I think she knew that we were good. You know. A lot of the fundamentals that she had given me, just, you know, to even acknowledge God in that verse. You know what I'm saying? You know, my mother and father were both ordained ministers.
Well, you can hear it in your music. It sounds there's a lot of stuff. It sounds gospel. It sounds like gospel in the hooks, in the harmony.
Yeah, I got all of that stuff in my DNA, and I spent an awful lot of time in church.
What do you think? It's crazy. There's so many. How much credit do you give church to fucking good music? Because you, like Al Green, you hear all these motherfuckers that just came up in the church, and you can fucking hear it. And
it's pretty essential, you know. Or it has been a main ingredient, you know, in almost all black music, secular and otherwise.
And then
I don't know if there's any way around it.
I want to ask you about this one right here. This was off of your second album.
See that stuff to be when it get cold, you can't see. Cause that shit happens sometimes.
I tell you about this song.
This is please.
Yeah. Boom, 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 black guys.
I love that beat.
This motherfucker.
Mr. DJ did that beat. Shout out to Mr. DJ. That's Rico Wade's cousin, and he was the DJ for Outkast, right?
Yeah.
And he started producing. I don't know where they cut this record, because Gip didn't cut it at the Dungeon. They cut it somewhere else. But when it got over to the Dungeon, you know, it set it all on fire.
What was the recording process like? Would you do a?
Well, I'll tell you about
would
this.
you all be together?
Sometimes, like, you know, but not always, because as you notice, only Gip is rapping on this record. You know,
Yeah.
Gip featuring Outkast, so it was a Gip solo record.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And then if you go back to Southern Playalistic Cadillac, you know, Drake says, Big Gip, Goody Mob, PA, Outkast, Southern
Yeah.
No, we weren't even a group.
He just was shouting out.
Well, no, everybody came to the Dungeon separately. You know what I'm saying? We didn't, Goody Mob wasn't really officially a group until Still Standing. You know what I'm saying? Soul Food was more or less a compilation album, essentially.
Let me ask you about this. I don't even know if you had anything to do with it, but like this is a parental advisory song.
Maniac?
No, this is it's Sundown with 8-Ball. Did you? How closely tied were you with the other groups from the South? Did you feel like this was a time where we're just talking about this with Daz, like all of the fucking magazines were coming out of New York. New York was getting the most shine. Did you ever feel ignored?
No, that's what we were shooting for. You know, New York was the grail. So, how you said other places didn't really listen to other hip hop, like we listened to everything. You know what I mean? Like I had already mentioned DOS Effects, and you know, at that time I was really on KRS-One and X Clan and King Son and Lakim Shabazz, and you know, I like the Black Power movement. That's what kind of moved me.
You hear it in your
Done by the
lyrics.
Forces of Nature.
Yeah.
De La Soul is Dead. These are all my good friends to this day, man. Like me and Pos and Maze talk on the phone. Yeah, I don't know if you asked me what my relationship with Parental Level. I just talked to Reese, KP, you know, who was the DJ then, but he went on to be a great executive and a really good friend, and definitely Dungeon family first generation. So we all still
How
talk.
close is Dungeon family?
Everybody's still pretty close. Like we got we have a thread that we all use, and everybody kind of just chimes in from time to time. And I started this thread, and you know, so we get on there to laugh and joke and vent and fuss and fight and just about everything.
This is a weird. Look, man, you're clearly one of the most successful members out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Like you made it to fucking prime time. You're getting fucking.
But because of them,
of course.
Yeah.
Were they happy for you? What was that like?
I think so.
Good.
I think they were. You know what I'm saying? To be totally honest, though, I think it was maybe like a little perplexing, just as it was for me. I wouldn't expect it would be any less perplexing than it was for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes when you do interviews, it kind of implies that you had everything to do with it. But no, I'm just faithful and humble, and I was brave enough to take certain risks. You know what I'm saying? And I took the leap and I landed on my feet.
And also, just your style kind of lended to a crossover. The fact that you could sing so well.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, like I'm pretty a pretty well-rounded dude. I mean, like I grew up in church. But I liked Black Sabbath, and I like Ronnie James Dio, and I like Bruce Dickinson. I'm saying, like, from Iron Maiden. He's one of my favorite singers.
No shit.
Absolutely.
That's fucking crazy.
Fucking Danzig. You know what I mean? I listen to everything. Motley Crue. That was my favorite.
So that had to help.
I'm friends with Tommy and Vince and those guys.
That had to help.
I performed with them at the Hollywood Bowl.
That's fucking bananas, dude. I love hearing that shit. Dio is the one that came up with this.
Yes, he did.
That's the Italian sign. It's a Malocchio.
The second, Garanto.
Yeah, right there. Straight up. It's fucking bananas to know that.
Yeah, man. So
I find that some of the most well-rounded artists have the most well-rounded library. Scarface is the same way. He's like, yeah, man, I listen to Zepp. I know how to play the fucking bass. I know how to play everything.
Absolutely. Scarface is a good friend of mine too.
You can hear that in your music. The other thing I really noticed about your music is the layers that you guys were able to. It was multi-layered in a fashion that you didn't see as much in rap at the time. It almost took an old school 70s soul approach.
So put it like this: we're from Atlanta with so much old school 70s soul. In Atlanta, the South itself is an origin. You know what I mean? Like, that's where it come from.
Per capita, Atlanta. I was having this argument. I think per capita, Atlanta has one of the biggest musical influences.
It does, man.
Why?
I don't even know. I don't know. I don't understand it. Like, for us to be ourselves is probably the most involuntary action there is. Like, it's just really, really, really natural. I try to word it and make it sound all fancy, but it's really simple. You know what I mean? Like, it just is what it is. But what I was about to say was, I'm grateful for Organized Noise because they tapped into their vitality. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like their natural resource of how they were able to retain and then reiterate and filter the soul music from our surroundings, as their own original piece. You know what I mean? Or hybrid, if you will. Because
it sounds influenced but not derivative.
Absolutely. We recorded Soul Food in Curtis Mayfield's house, at Kurt Tom Studios. And so why would we go into his house to just merely sample his music? You know what I'm saying?
It's fucking crazy.
So we had the gods were watching us. They were really, really close by, and we felt dutified in that.
Turn this up. Tell me a bit about Beautiful Skin. This was another one of my favorites.
Oh man,
yeah.
Craig Love. He's from the neighborhood. He went to high school with some of the older brothers, and he's a guitar player and a producer. And I bumped into him, and he was like, "Yo, so I want you to hear some of the things I'm working on." And so that's a record that I brought. No different than Gip brought Black Ice in from somewhere else. I brought Beautiful Skin, working with Craig Love.
How hard was that to get shit passed? Did it have to be unanimous, or could it be like, I'm not really fucking with that one. You two hop on that shit and see where it goes?
Well, it's definitely like that a lot of the time. But as far as me bringing that record, I mean, when something is, that's a classic record now.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that Rico Wade and those authorities in that time saw this record as viable. You know what I mean? Like as good, as great. So I'm just glad that they was shared in the same good taste.
Did Peebles have anything to do with? Was it who was a woman artist that really helped put Cats on? Was it?
Oh, Pebbles.
Yeah, Pebbles. Was it Pebbles?
Yeah, that's Pebbles. That's L.A. Reid's ex-wife. She was an artist herself. Mercedes Boy and
yeah, those my shit.
All those great 80s songs. She had her own label, Savvy Records. She was the first one to sign Parental Advisory. She almost gave me a solo deal. You know, she recognized organized noise, and she introduced him to L.A. Reid, and that's how it all happened. So Pebbles, I mean, TLC.
Did you work? Yeah, TLC, Usher. Like, did you,
she's great.
What was your relationship like with the rest of these people? Did you? What you guys? Like?
Usher's like our brother. We've been around Usher since he was a kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Rico went to school with Tion, T-Boz. You know, we went to high school with Chili, Rosanda. It's like we all together. She was like Fame, dude.
Bro,
like
it's the amount of
Leon and Coco.
Dog, it just doesn't even make sense. The amount of fucking talent that's coming out of one click.
It's true.
Tell me, all right, so let's talk about your new shit. We spent a half hour on all your old stuff. You're here to talk about your new stuff. Tell me.
It's dope, though. A lot of people don't really know these stories, man. Like, you know, I mean, they're pretty interesting if anybody got time to check them out. I mean, but it's cool. It's a good listen.
I mean, yeah, like I could sit here and fucking talk about. I want to hear old war stories all goddamn day, dude.
There's plenty more, dude. But
any story that I should have asked?
No. That's all good. I'll just come back. We'll do a part 2. Doesn't matter.
Bet.
Oh, what I'm doing now, man. You know, I'm to be formal. I'm saying, like, I'm working on another Gnarls Barkley record. You know, Goody Mob's Still Standing. It's having its 20th anniversary. They're going to re-release it this year, so people can be checking for that and be reintroduced, you know, to all of that good music. Shouts out to the Mob. Gnarls Barkley.
How'd you like working with Danger Mouse?
Man, it's probably one of the most, if not the most pivotal project in my entire recording history. Besides Outkast, Southern Playalistic, and me being featured on Get Up, Get Out.
That was yeah. And he blew up off the Gray album.
Yeah, a free mixtape mashup of
Beatles and fucking the
Jay-Z.
Black album. Yeah,
that's it.
And then you guys went on to become fucking monsters.
Yeah, he gave me that for free. He was just kind of, you know, hand to hand in it, you know, to begin with. So I met him before that popped off, and we were already working. You know what I'm saying, but with no real gauge on what Gnarls Barkley would actually ultimately become. Like, you had no idea, man. I wish I could say, oh yeah, we did it just like this. We was like, okay, I didn't know.
Once you got that pop success, because that is fair to say that was I'm not saying it was a pop record. I'm saying it was a pop success.
Yeah.
It was a crossover.
It's completely alternative music, man. Like for it to work in the universal way that it did, it's just really special. It's what do they call it, an anomaly?
Yeah. Your follow-up was Violent Femmes cover.
Yeah.
Boop, 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 boop. This is another fucking classic album.
I
First
used to love
Violent
the
Femmes
Violent
is
Femmes,
fucking
exactly.
bananas.
Blister in the Sun.
Yeah.
I used to love a song. Even before I heard their old stuff, I used to like this record they had called Breaking Up. Breaking Up.
I don't even know that one.
Easy to do.
Yeah, they were weird. Like who's gonna like a fucking acoustic punk group from Milwaukee? You know what I mean?
That's just dope.
Fucking bananas. I love that you were with them. Did you feel for Fuck You? Did you feel a pressure to reproduce the success of Crazy?
No, because I mean, and then as it stands, it's totally different from Crazy, right? You know what I mean? So it's almost as if the same person is not supposed to be responsible for both of those records, because it's really from one obscure end of the spectrum to the other. You know what I'm saying?
You were able to work with a ton of artists, Common, Twista, fucking
Lauryn Hill,
yeah.
Carlos Santana.
Well, you did shit with Carlos Santana?
Yeah, I'm on the Supernatural album.
What was that like?
Dude,
that guy's a fucking what was that like working with fucking Santana?
I tell you this, I mean, you know, I knew Black Magic Woman, and I knew of the legend of Carlos Santana, but he's a masterful guitarist, and but not like a commercial record breaking, you know what I'm saying, like, artist in that kind of way, you know what I'm saying, like as far as sales.
Yeah.
So, I thought that the opportunity was special because it was of a cordial invite from Lauren herself, who's like a sister to me. We did our first tours together, Goody Mob and the Fugees. You know what I'm saying? So we've known each other for years. You know what I'm saying? She's like my Gemini sister.
You a Gemini?
Yeah, May 30th, and she's May 27th. So is Dre 3000.
It's fucking awesome.
It is. So anyway, she invited me to do it. She wanted me to sing it. You know,
who's another person that is a fucking like one of the top lyricists and then a hell of a singer as well.
No doubt. Dre's great.
All three of y'all could do that shit.
We could. It's Gemini shit.
Is that what it is?
I
The
think
twins?
so.
Is that what it is? The fucking twins? You can do a little bit of either?
That's the only sense I can make out of it.
Are you doing you got your own label too, right?
Yeah, I have an imprint where I can sign and curate and and support artists at Sony. It's called Mothership.
What are you looking for right now? The trend right now is a lot of trap. It's kind of I don't know, a lot of lils.
Well, I like trap music, but I don't trap music.
Yeah.
Can you dig it?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Well, look, and Sir Doug Morris, who gave me the opportunity, bless his heart, he said to me, CeeLo Green, I want to be responsible for a resurgence of soul music, and not neo soul, not urban, not R&B, but the soul music that was so transparent and clear that it was multicultural and multifaceted.
Willie Hutch.
Willie Hutch or
Johnny Hathaway,
Benny King, or Chess Records, stuff like that. He said, and I believe if you make a place, if CeeLo Green says he has made a place for that type of artist, I believe that they'll come. And so that's what he wanted Mothership to be about.
Do you think it's harder because you said so much of your music came from pain?
Yeah.
And even just rap was not as popular. Like, you had to scrap harder to sell to be heard by more people than nowadays. Rap is now pop.
Absolutely.
Do you think that the lack of struggle costs in the sound of the music?
Absolutely, because there's a lack of struggle, but there's no lack of liability. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yeah. Well put.
Yeah.
Well fucking put. I'm gonna throw out some down south rappers and that came before you.
Come on.
Poison Clan.
JT, Debonair, The Devil's There. They're my guys.
The whole Rap-A-Lot catalog. Gangsta Nip. Small Town Killers. Well, that's one of Gangsta Nip's songs.
Yeah. Willie D, Controversy.
Yes.
Bushwick, Ready Red. Not Royal C, but who's my man name? Raheem.
Yeah. We had that diss song where he just fucking dissed fucking everybody.
Yeah.
That was awesome, as a matter of fact.
Yep.
Actually, I think I might even have some old Raheem.
Big Mike, you know what I'm saying?
Who was from Convicts and then went over to.
That's right.
Here's a old ass Raheem.
Yeah.
Really special shit coming out of the South in the fucking mid '90s, man. Really? Just their own fucking. Are you guys gonna get back together? Is Goody Mob gonna get back together?
We actually were in the talks of doing a tour this year to support the reissue of Still Standing.
Yeah.
So if you ask me, we're all still together. We're kind of.
Well, they went off and did Lumberjacks
But the Lumberjacks were first.
Yeah.
They used to be called the Goody Mob Lumberjacks. They started it.
No shit.
Cujo and Timo. Goody Mob is derivative of that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Good die. Mostly over bullshit.
That's right.
For those that didn't know.
And Gip is doing a project with Daz right now, so he's out here. They're supporting it. We've been kind of missing each other a little bit, but everybody's working as we should. I think everybody should I think it should be showcased the working parts of Goody Mob. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So
how so?
Everybody can stand up and be counted for their own contributions. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes it becomes oversighted when you have one person that's been more noted. You know what I'm saying? Than the others. But those my brothers. They're all dope.
What about Outkast? Do you see those two guys getting back together and doing anything?
We talk about it. We talk about it as a family. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. I'm a fan of Outkast. I'm a fan of us. I love us. I love us an awful lot. You know what I'm saying? And I'm completely loyal. So But I do understand that times change, and you know what I'm saying, like maybe you don't have the same priorities, maybe you don't have the same interests, the same desires, the same drive, you know, like you want to go on to accomplish other things.
Yeah, Dre's doing tree touring right now. Like he went on to fucking shoes.
We love tree touring.
Yeah, I fuck with
that's
him
how
myself.
we used to wear when we was kids.
Thank you. I fuck with him myself. This is the one day I'm not wearing fucking tree touring.
Yeah, man. I just told him to send me a box of them. I love a lot of the flavors that I saw him put up. So
straight the fuck up. Yeah,
do that. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? And you know, he's one of those guys, and we accept it now. Like we were young at one time. I can't believe that we survived. You know what I mean? Like sometimes I look around, I'm like, yo, I'm 42 years old, man. Like I'm still alive. It's just great. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck to rap with nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm just happy to be alive. Sometimes I think that, you know what I'm saying? And then other days I feel, you know, super duper competitive. And I'm like, cause I'm like, I can still do it if I want to do it. You know what I'm saying? You feel me?
Is this a new single we're gonna play? Are you rapping? Are you singing? What's going on with it?
I don't even know what you call it. It's just fly. You know what I mean? Like I thought that it was a new, fresh, unique way, you know what I'm saying, like to convey something streetwise or street savvy. Brick Road, I thought that was really clever. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a dope record, but it's kind of singy and it's melodic and dope. But you know, it's fly though. You know what I mean? Like it's some fly gangster shit.
CeeLo, man, it was such an honor to just be able to sit across from you and just pick your brain, man, for real.
It was dope of you, Jude, to even know, you know, so much about, you know, Southern hip hop. You know, fucking play Raheem, man. I had no idea. That's dope.
We right up I-75. Look, and this was the one where he just shitting on everybody.
Pontiac represent.
We were right up I-75, so we got all of the South, East Coast, Chicago, West Coast. We were really blessed to be from Michigan. Like we got it all.
No doubt.
Two Live Crew.
Awesome Dre.
Yep, straight up, bro. Straight up. I used to have that record, bro.
Me too.
Straight the fuck up.
He was about to kill them boys on the album cover. I had that shit. I had it.
Man, what was Luke like for you? What was it like seeing Luke come out of Miami and just blowing the fuck up?
See, to me, let's say there was an era of hip hop where, you know, the technology had only advanced so much, so we were gonna either use the same samples or the same drum machine. So when the 808 came out, that was the most connected, you know, we were. Because you would have something like from Seattle, like Sir Mix-a-Lot Posse on Broadway.
Yes.
So it's just like boom, boom, boom. So then you have Run DMC and we're tougher than leather, boom, 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 boom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so it's just all 808. You know what I mean?
Even in techno and other shit, like it was like connected.
Everybody was together. You know what I mean? So that's what I miss about it. So if you think about the story of Planet Rock, since you asked about Luke, think about Africa Bambaataa, man. Like, you know, Africa Bambaataa discovered Kraftwerk when he went on a field trip from writing an essay. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Yeah. So that's how he heard Kraft. I think he went to Africa or went to Europe or something.
And heard Kraftwerk.
And heard Kraftwerk. So Trans-Euro Express.
Yeah.
Came back, you know what I'm saying, like introduced it, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, re-rocked it, you know what I'm saying? Like he's supposed to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you have Planet Rock. So people, even though it's like the alpha, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, of something, you know, I think people still they're apprehensive in calling it a hip hop record, you know, because it's kind of not, right?
It's dance. It could be at the disco. Motherfuckers are breakdancing off of that shit. It was hip hop. Yeah,
it's fucking wonderfully brilliant. It's genius, right? So, but Arthur Oscar Wilde has a great quote that says, "Talent borrows, genius steals." Does he not?
Ain't that the truth?
So with that, it trickled down to the South, and it became what we didn't call it hip hop either. We called it skating rink music. You know what I'm saying? So that's when you got skate. Then it ended up becoming Miami bass,
right?
You know, and booty shake music or whatever like that. So, but it's all derivative of Planet Rock. You know, play at your own risk, all that good stuff.
Yeah, like, smack together.
Yeah, we loved it. You know what I'm saying? So
fucking cool, man.
But Luke ended up being a great friend of mine, like Two Live Crew. I mean, that perverted my young innocent mind. You know what I'm saying? Like I love that.
Same here, dog. Yeah,
we love Two Live Crew. But even before that, people don't know about Blowfly and stuff like that.
No, they don't.
You got to go back and check that stuff out, man.
He was the first dirty motherfucker.
He was real. He was the first. I met Blowfly before he died, man. I met him, and Luke, amazingly enough, was came to my wedding when I got married. You know what I mean? So we all real good friends, man.
And,
that's my OG.
And he was really responsible for the First Amendment too. Like
Absolutely.
he took that shit all the way to the fucking Supreme Court, which is
Luther Campbell is a champion,
yes,
guys. No doubt about it, man.
And then the people that jumped, John Denver got his back. Like it was just the most bananas shit you ever saw. It was so it's kind of cool. He's a legend.
Hey.
Yeah,
We try to pick them up, but we got no room inside. We put them on the trunk, we put them on the hood. Sometimes I want to drive her, they make me feel good. There's much too many freaks.
Yeah, this shit used to knock, boy.
Getting hungry, yeah. Makes a lot streeting. We stopped at Taco Bell for some Mexican eat.
Me and CeeLo over here geeking out over music, man.
Go back the other way, we'll stop and eat a dick.
All right, man. CeeLo.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Your door is always open for you. Let's jump off. And Brick Road is the new single. It's going to be on the EP.
Yeah, it's a new single. We're going for the single first. EP a little later in the year, maybe summertime.
CeeLo Green, y'all.
Thank y'all.
Thank you. It's been an honor.
No doubt. Can you smell me?
Shot down, but I levitate. An idle mind starts to contemplate. Razor blades making lifelines. Now I'm staring at an empty plate, and it tastes oh so bittersweet. And I basically need something to eat. Oh, cooking up dough. That's what you gotta do when you gotta stay afloat. Cooking up dough. Knocking at my door. I'm cooking up dough. One thing that'll never be is broke. I'm cooking up dough. It's the realest shit I ever smoked. You never know where to find me. Don't use the phone, thank you kindly. Another soldier has fallen. Don't worry, I will catch his body. All the best for your dreams, baby. Say a prayer, get on your knees, baby. Young Lou, I make it flip right quick. I'll be goddamned if I don't die rich. And it tastes oh so bittersweet. And I basically need something to eat. Oh, cooking up dough. That's what you gotta do when you gotta stay afloat. Cooking up dough. Poor, always come knocking at my door. I'm cooking up dough. One thing that'll never be is broke. I'm cooking up dough. It's the realest shit I ever smoked. When it comes to this, no one is better at this than me. When it comes to this, no one is better at this than me. I flick my wrist just once. I flick my wrist just once. And it tastes oh so bittersweet. And I basically need something to eat. Oh, cooking up dough. That's what you gotta do when you gotta stay afloat. Cooking up dough. Poor, always come knocking at my door. I'm cooking up dough. One thing that'll never be is broke. I'm cooking up dough. It's the realest shit I ever smoked.
You're listening to the All Out Show with you. And now, it's time for News from the Chin with John C. Matthews.
I have a helpful list here of ways to get someone at a bar to notice you. This is put together by this Elite Daily website. Number one on this list.
Order the fucking bottle service, and then they march through the fucking club with sparklers and shit.
What a hoax that is.
I know, dude. Order a $500 bottle of Grey Goose with sparklers.
That's just embarrassing.
That's when club shit went downhill, man. Like I was at the very end of that shit. It was like you just had to be cool or fucking dressed kind of swaggy or some shit, look swagged out or have some bad chicks with you to get in. And then it was like, oh, you want to buy a table? Then any fucking dickbag with money could get in. And it just fucking turned it corny as hell. Corny as shit. All right, what is
All right, so high on this list, make eye contact.
I can't do that. I'll be scaring them women.
What?
Look at me. They're scary.
You don't stare deep into their eyes.
I got dead eyes.
Right. You don't really have a problem with eye contact. You're not dark.
I make eye contact. I'll be like, what's up? Yeah.
Yeah.
You know me. I'll be out there. I'm a 70s baby. I know how to fucking behave in public.
And of course, this is one is obvious. Put down your phone. You gotta be available.
Yeah, you gotta be available.
If you're with some people, step away from your squad.
There you go.
Yes.
You don't like laugh. Ha ha ha. Look how much fun we're having over here. Us three guys in this circle. Come and check that out, lady.
This one I do not agree with.
What's that?
Send them a note with a drink. A flirty note through the bartender. I
don't know about all that.
False. No, don't do that, right?
Send them a note with the drink.
That seems like a really bad idea.
Like, yes, circle, yes. Sir, I like you. Do you like me? Circle, yes, here, circle, no, there. You might be able to get away with it if you did some real fucking, if you OD'd on them like that.
Boy, this makes me uncomfortable just reading it.
What is the other one?
All right, approach them yourself, of course. Don't be afraid to do that.
No, don't be scared of that. No, no, no.
Say something authentic. Don't use a cheesy line. Pickup lines are rarely, if ever, used in a way that sounds natural. Who's using a pickup line?
I don't know.
I don't even know what a pickup line is anymore.
It depends on where you're at. My neighborhood with all those fucking... I'm where all the old hipsters live. I just be like, psh, fucking plastic straws, am I right? Fuck them.
That's not a pickup line.
God. If I can save just one turtle. Did you pick that plastic shit for me? Because you know I was about to go to fucking... Did you pick that article? You didn't.
Got it somewhere.
You know how much I fucking hate fucking recycling. There's an article I wanted to pick.
Oh, it's coming down the pike.
You know me too well, John.
Are you French because Eiffel for you? What?
I fall for you.
Oh.
Eiffel Tower. Are you French because I fall for you?
Oh, these are terrible.
That's what they say to use or don't use?
No, I'm just looking at...
Good thing we talked about this instead of me get to shit on everybody that recycles.
Recycling isn't terrible.
You put it there and then so that if I found it, I wouldn't cuss you out, but then you won't read it.
If we really want to talk about what's going on, there's a huge list. I made a judgment call. Turns out this may have been incorrect.
Poor judgment.
All right, fine.
So I hear number 2.
Well, I'm in the top 5. I'll take it for now.
There's 5 of us here, John. That's it.
Fine.
All right, what else?
All right. So to combat teen vaping, the school in Nebraska, they're testing students for nicotine at this point.
It's a private school or a public school?
The public school, the Nebraska School District.
That's an invasion of privacy, is it?
Well, they're saying because they're testing kids who wish to participate in extracurricular activities, and then if you're playing sports, you're on some sort of club or something like that, then they'll give you random drug tests for nicotine.
It's weird, man. Are they allowed to do that?
Yes.
That sounds like some Big Brother shit, dude. Like, all right, yo, fucking, you want to go to a private school? These are our rules. Fucking, we do random drug tests here at this private school that we have set up privately. But like, this is public.
Well, I guess a lot of kids are vaping, and they're calling it an epidemic. So everyone's,
I don't care.
4.9 million American youths were considered current users of tobacco last year. 4.9.
Don't give a fuck. It's like, think of the children. What about the kids? Let's fucking violate their rights. I don't know. And like, I'm not like a constitutional lawyer or anything. It just seems a bit like of infringing on one's rights. I gotta fucking drop piss to fucking participate in a publicly funded school event.
Or even the National Honor Society.
Yo, if I'm smashing on grades, dog, what the fuck do you care? And like, why don't they test for fucking Adderall? Oh, I forgot. Because pharmacy fucking owns everything.
Have you ever been drug tested for anything?
When I got in trouble back in the day, I used to have to drop piss.
Yeah. Did you pass?
Yeah. Fucking, I wasn't doing shit. I fucking chilled out. I chilled out for like 10 years. I didn't do shit for 10 years, and I got this job, and I was like, fuck the world. Fuck the world. I was high, I was high as hell. It was awesome. I was like, damn, that's what I've been missing. I remember doing ecstasy. I was like, man, no wonder they call this shit ecstasy. This shit is awesome. Just kept licking my lips. I didn't have anyone to hug, so it was just like me in the corner, fucking licking my lips and shit. It was Halloween. I didn't have an outfit, so I just wore my suit. And they're like, "What are you?" I was like, "I'm a Republican." And that made them really bummed out. It's like, it's a fucking joke. You don't dress up as something you are, you fucking idiot.
All right, so I did track down your plastic story.
Yep.
All right. According to some recent studies, the plastic that we try to recycle is actually horrible for the environment.
Thank you.
Yeah. What goes on is when you drop it into the little blue bin outside the studio here, it most likely makes its way around the world where it can pose a health and security risk to developing countries. So we just dump it somewhere else.
That's my whole fucking point. All this shit is money-making schemes and stuff so that you can feel better about your life choices. That's a fucking straight-up money-making scheme. Like, oh, fucking, you gotta recycle the plastic. They don't recycle that shit. And then they got a separate big-ass truck that drives around and picks up that shit. The carbon emissions. For all my fucking, what is it? They don't even call it, what is it, when the earth heats up?
Global warming?
Yeah. They don't call it global warming no more. They call it climate change.
Climate change, sorry.
They don't want to get caught up in that. Like, no shit, climate change. It always fucking changes.
Very skeptical man.
I am, because it's a fucking scam. It's bullshit. And all my family participates in it. Because they're a bunch of fucking hippies. And like, oh, look at me, I'm recycling. I'm like, all right, who the fuck cares?
So that plastic cup in your hand, you're filling your cup of water. What are you going to do with it?
I'm going to throw it in the fucking trash.
Oh, dick.
Oh.
Just put it
so it can't go on a fucking boat ride around the world to goddamn fucking Vietnam.
Bangladesh, Laos.
And fucking dumped over there for no goddamn reason.
I'll put it in the blue bin for you.
I don't want... Even after this shit, the fact that even after this shit, you're still on the recycling train.
I'm just trained.
They got you. I know. Of course, you're a pet. You're a pet. You're the system's pet.
Are you being serious? You're going to throw that in the trash?
Yeah, I'm going to throw it. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? Take it home with me and maybe reuse it 20 more times? I'm going to throw it in the fucking trash, John.
You rinse it out tomorrow?
Yeah, sure, I'll rinse it out tomorrow. Like, and look, this is like, I be reusing all my... Like, yesterday, I finished some yogurt and threw out the fucking thing, and I'm like, and it felt weird. Because that's my Tupperware yogurt containers. I just got too many motherfucking yogurt containers right now. So I was like, all right, I'm like... I'm gonna do have 50 fucking yogurt containers to put leftovers in. You know, I like fucking threw it out and it felt weird. I reuse my shit. Paper bags I reuse as trash bags to put my plastic in. Yeah, I don't recycle. Fuck that shit. Right. It's a fucking scam. It's a scam.
Oh, one day they'll figure it out. Maybe.
You're getting scammed. We're paying all that. These guys. It's like the fucking mob. We're paying these guys all this fucking money. What? So you can sleep at night. I would be more on the side of people like wanting to get rid of plastics because of what it does to us genetically.
Yeah,
it's like fucking chock full of fucking the fucking female estrogen and shit. Our fucking sperm rates dropping at a crazy fucking like 0.5% a year, man. It's crazy, dude. If they're like, look, man, hey, y'all, this plastic shit is dangerous. Here's some glass alternatives. I would do that. But they ain't got no fucking glasses. So I'll drink out of this fucking plastic cup and I'm gonna throw it out.
You can just leave it on the desk there. I'll get it later.
I'm gonna throw it out. You don't notice that every day I walk out and throw all the fucking plastic in that goddamn trash right next to you.
I'll keep an eye on that.
It needs to go to Bangladesh.
Laos, maybe.
God, they got you trained, bro.
This one I'll admit to. Yes, I feel compelled, but what are you gonna do?
I just like so many women I date out here like this. It just drives me fucking nuts. She's like, oh, I brought my own bag. And she starts bagging the groceries. There's a bagger right there. I'm like, let the fucking dude do his job. Like, just sit back. She's like, you didn't bring a bag? I'm like, no, I didn't bring a fucking bag. I'm gonna buy a bag for $10. Then put my trash in that bag and get rid of it. And all you Trader Joe's motherfuckers can't say shit to me because everything is plastic wrapped in that bitch. It's all plastic containers. All right, man, I'm done going off on plastic. I told y'all. They make money off of poverty. They make money off of fucking the environment. All this shit is money making schemes, man.
It does seem kind of weird that this just winds up in Ethiopia, and that's our trash can. That just seems weird. That's not right.
I'm not for it. I'm not for it. Shit.
There's a study out, a survey really, that found that more Americans than ever think that the dad bod is attractive, even sexy.
I feel like, did we go over this already or no? Yeah? Or maybe I just saw it. The dad bod. You know what it is?
You don't have a dad bod.
Yeah, I got a dad bod. I'm a dad. I'm 40s.
Yeah, but I mean, you don't have a gut.
I got a stomach. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
I think chicks like dad bods just because that's what they're used to now. Like, dudes just aren't in shape. And like an in shape fella, there's a lot of baggage that comes along with that. You guys at the gym all the fucking time. That dad bod symbolizes like, hey, I got time for you because I'm clearly not working out.
And you also have some sort of self-confidence because you're not ashamed of looking a bit slovenly.
It's easy to have self-confidence now where everybody's a fucking fat ass here in America. And dad bod is now like the new skinny. But 20 years ago, that body wasn't fucking banging. No chicks are signing up for that. They just like it because that's all there is. You're stuck with it.
It's described here as, I go to the gym occasionally, but I also drink heavily on the weekends and enjoy eating 8 slices of pizza. That's the dad bod.
Yeah. Got a bit of the old man strength in you, but fucking kind of rough around the edges. Got a bit of a gut. Yeah. I got the dad bod.
I don't see it, but
a slimmer dad bod.
Yeah, probably
a slender dad bod.
Chris, are you rocking the dad bod? What do you think?
No, a little bit. I mean, I have a little bit of a gut, but that's just because I work, not because I have a kid.
You don't have the dad bod.
No, I've.
You got the meth bod.
I do. I gotta go to the gym again. I do, man.
I gotta go to the gym again. When was the last time you were at the fucking gym?
Before you
Who
knew
was
me?
president? Yeah, thanks. Clinton. Fucking.
Got some sneakers by the desk. Go out running later.
Got sneakers. Throw on my sneakers. Gonna go run home. All right, what else?
Young women who watch a lot of porn are less likely to enjoy sex.
Really? Why do they say that?
Well, because then they think about it during sex, and then they're insecure, and they suffer reduced enjoyment of intimate moments. Because, again, they just sort of look at this idea. I mean, it's kind of like me when I look at too much porn. You just get, like, obsessed with this ideal, and then you get kind of turned around a little bit.
Yeah, but ladies, just so you know, I've been on a porn thing, and I've seen real life porn women, and like they just look like regular chicks for the most part.
I've learned that since working here.
Yeah, porn chicks just like they look like regular chicks. They have figured out. It's like strippers. They figured out like used to go. I haven't been to a black strip club in a minute, but like you go to the black strip clubs and they have like little fucking shoelace type things tied right under their ass, you know what I mean, between the ass and thighs, to fucking poke that booty up a little bit. Like it's all these little tricks that they do on the shoots.
Yeah, and since hanging around with you, seeing a porn lady with makeup and without makeup it's like a different person almost.
Yeah, man, like ladies, don't worry about that shit. Enjoy your porn. You don't have to worry about measuring up to a fucking porn chick. I've had good sex with porn chicks. I've had bad sex with porn chicks. So they're just fucking. The only thing they do is fuck on camera. That's the only thing that makes them. Which I'm not detracting because we got a lot of porn chick listeners, but like I need y'all,
good people,
all y'all fucking civilian ladies, like just calm down. Quit trying to compare yourself to that shit.
And now, while they found no direct link between women watching porn and feeling insecure during sex, they did discover this direct link between thinking about porn during sex and insecurity. So if you're really wound up with the porn thing and you're thinking about it during sex, you might want to slow down a little bit. What
if she just said, I would be like, what kind of porn are you watching? So then I'd be like, okay, you're kind of into that right now. So like, let's play a game. I'd be like, let's play a game. Let's do that shit. And if it's some shit you can't do, just talk about it in her ear. Just be like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. What the fuck she's into. Yeah, I'm your stepbrother. Mom and dad went to the grocery store. I'm your stepbrother. I don't know why that shit is so fucking popular, dude. Like, I don't like watching that one, man. It's fucking weird, man.
I think when I first saw something like that, I was like, oh, that's kind of hot. But now it's overwhelming.
Yeah, whenever I see that, I'm like, skip. I see a badass chick, and she's like, fucks your brother or stepbrother. I'm like, man, I don't think about that.
Hey, Mom, let's have sex.
Yeah, dude, that shit's fucking weird, man. This shit's fucking weird. I think, yeah, ladies, take the opportunity to talk to your man about what you like to watch in porn, and you can try new things. Don't have it be a negative, have it be a positive. Yeah.
So this seems like nonsense, but there's this lady out of Mexico. She's a well-known actress, and now she is claiming that she's using whale semen to keep her skin looking perfect.
Where the fuck does one procure whale semen?
Well, luckily I pulled up a video.
All right, let's see.
I'm gonna watch this guy jerk a whale off.
All right, so it looks like they're in SeaWorld, and the guy looks like Jean-Claude Van Damme in a wetsuit, and he's holding a bag. All right, so let's...
Sees this bag, he'll roll over, present his penis, and ideally he'll emit that semen sample.
It's taken months of training.
That's good. We've trained him pretty well to just sit here with us, but there's certainly when he starts thrusting his tail flukes, it is very difficult to hold on.
Look at that penis.
He's getting over.
This semen collection is part of crucial research into understanding the reproductive systems
he's busting.
of some of the biggest creatures in the sea.
Did my man have to say no homo while he was doing that shit?
That's a lot of penis.
You know what a dork is? It's a whale dick.
Is it really?
Yeah.
How do you even know that?
I'm fucking chock full of useless information. I don't know if you noticed that.
Huh. Okay.
What are you looking up? What does it say?
A whale cock dork?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's where dork came from.
Who even thought of that? But so this strange lady, who is kind of easy on the eyes.
Yeah, she's banging.
Yeah.
And she puts whale cum on her face?
That's what she says. It's some sort of tissue paper wet with aloe vera and the precious whale semen.
Hey, there might be something to it. Who the fuck knows? She's just looking good, but like, I want to see her without any makeup.
Yeah, she looks kind of fresh there. What's her name? Aslan Derbez? Well-known actress in Mexico. Never heard of her.
If I gave her something and she said thank you, you know what I would say?
What's that?
You're welcome.
Look at you.
Just when you thought you were rid of Page Kennedy, I said one of his rap lyrics.
No.
You're welcome. Hey, she's banging though.
Yeah.
And my man got no problem kissing her all over her face. There was like a few fucking cheek kisses. What's weirder? Fucking jerking off a whale or fucking putting the cum on your face?
Well, I would jerk off a whale.
You would jerk off the whale before you put the cum on your face?
Put it in front of me and I'd make it happen. Just for the...
I will probably do the face cum just because there might be some healing properties to it while you're just jerking off a whale.
You don't believe that this...
You just got a handful of whale dick. I can, like, who the fuck knows what the fuck they put in my lotion already? So that. Ugh.
Well, it sounds expensive. But looks like
Her skin is glowing. I'm sure there's no Photoshop in any of these pictures. No. Not a one. Not a one. She can get it. All right, you got anything else?
Got some good news.
Oh, do you? Do you now?
And now, time for good news.
Here's this young lady, Ella Casano. She's 12 years old out of Connecticut, and she regularly receives an IV for this autoimmune disorder. So, but she's coping with it. But
right.
she created this Mediteddy. It's a stuffed animal pouch that hides an IV bag so the kids aren't freaked out by it, and then they can go in there and then change the fluid. But
oh, it's a teddy bear that hangs. That's hanging from the fucking where the IVs are.
The Mediteddy.
Mediteddy. Fucking A. Yeah, it's fucking. That shit looks kind of scary too. I'm not gonna lie, dog. Like just some fucking bear hanging from a metal rod
with a hook through its head.
Yeah, it looks cool. Look at the bear. You're like, ah.
Well, she's making a little money off this.
Fuck yeah, hell yeah. Look, man, she knows more than me. She's up in the fucking hospitals all the goddamn time having to deal with this shit. So like, I like her ingenuity. Oh, she got a trademark. Like, she's not playing.
Oh, yeah.
Good for her. Mediteddy.
They're thinking big.
Yep. So, if you or a loved one has to do an IV drip, grab you a Mediteddy to make it a little bit easier. All right, that's the news.